hospital. She chose black because she said it made the car look elegant, not flashy. The Corvette became their weekend escape. They drove it to anniversary dinners, lakeside picnics, and long evening trips with the windows down. Walter handled the maintenance, but Eleanor always kept the keys. 30 years earlier, the engine overheated on their way home from a family gathering. Walter managed to bring the car back, parked it beside the garage, and promised to repair it before summer ended. But Eleanor became seriously ill, and every plan they had was replaced by hospital visits and medical bills. After she died, Walter could not bring himself to open the driver's door again. The Corvette remained outside while the tires collapsed. Rodents entered the engine bay, and layers of dirt buried the black paint. When I lifted the hood, the car looked neglected, but it was still remarkably complete. The engine had not been removed. The original interior was still inside, and most of the trim remained in place.
The wiring was damaged, the fuel system was contaminated, and the brakes were frozen. But this was not a car ready for the scrapyard. I told Walter the city needed to see clear progress, not just promises. We cut away the weeds, freed the wheels, and carefully loaded the Corvette onto a trailer. At the shop, the first wash sent 30 years of dirt across the floor. The black paint slowly appeared beneath the grime, followed by the curved fenders and body lines Walter remembered. Inside the glove box, we found Eleanor's sunglasses, the original owner's papers, and a faded photograph of the couple standing beside the Corvette on their 20th anniversary. Walter held the picture for a long time before asking whether we still had enough time. The mechanical work was worse than expected. The engine refused to rotate, the cooling system was heavily corroded, and several wires had been destroyed by mice. We treated the cylinders, repaired the wiring, and worked late into the night. Near the end of the second day, the crankshaft finally moved. By the fourth day, the brakes were working, the fuel system was clean, and the interior had been restored. We polished the original black paint instead of hiding its history beneath a new finish. On the fifth afternoon, we returned the Corvette to Walter's driveway only minutes before the inspector was scheduled to arrive. Walter placed Eleanor's photograph on the dashboard and lowered himself into the passenger seat. I turned the key. The engine coughed once, then went silent. At that moment, a white city vehicle stopped in front of the house. The inspector stepped out and began walking toward us. We had repaired the brakes, cleaned the property, and brought Eleanor's Corvette back into the sunlight. But unless the engine started, the city could still declare it abandoned. Walter placed one hand on the dashboard and whispered, "Come on, Eleanor." I reached for the key one final time. Do you think Eleanor's Corvette started before the inspector reached the driveway? Comment Eleanor to see part 2, and find out whether Walter saved the Corvette and avoided the $20,000 fine.